Okay, so the husband of 25 years left in October, wanted to be with younger people. Whatever. Fireman I talked to for a couple weeks, ghosted me. Date I went on and talked to for a couple weeks, ghosted me. So I'm here to tell you, blind dating is not good for your self-esteem. It's no good. Stay away from blind dating. I've decided if it's not organically done, like when I meet someone and there's a mutual connection, I ain't going to sit around and figure out if this phone call is going to lead me to anything. It's just too crazy. But anyways, I'm focusing on work and I'm okay. But what are you guys experiencing that are in your 50s and 60s and are dating again? Any luck? I want to hear your stories instead, because mine suck. Mine are boring. There's no stories, nothing to say, nothing to tell.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
What's good, everybody? It is your man here, the Todd voice, back with another YouTube video. You know what I've noticed? The older that I get, the more that I realize online dating really isn't about dating. It's about trying to keep someone's attention. Think about it. You've got to come up with the perfect opening line, say the right thing, reply at the right time, don't text too much, but don't text too little. Don't seem too interested, but don't seem too unavailable. Man, who came up with all these rules? No wonder people are tired. Then after that, the conversation will still die. No explanation, no goodbye, just silence. Now, if you're in your 20s, maybe that's just part of the game. But when you're in your 40s and 50s, most of us are not looking to play games anymore. We're looking for someone who actually wants to have a conversation. Someone who's curious, someone who's intentional, someone who can communicate like a grown adult. But instead, what do we get? One-word answers, people juggling 20 conversations at the same time, ghosting, people disappearing because another profile popped up. And that's the part that I think a lot of us are getting tired of. Dating apps have turned people into options instead of human beings. The minute a conversation requires a little bit of effort, swipe. The minute someone isn't perfect, swipe. The minute there is a tiny bit of awkwardness, swipe. It's like we've forgotten that real relationships don't happen within the first 5 messages. Real chemistry takes time, and real conversation has pauses, and people aren't perfect. But online dating does not reward patience, it rewards novelty. There's always somebody newer, there's always somebody younger, there's always somebody with a better picture, there's always somebody with a better body, there's always somebody that looks more exciting. So instead of looking for real connections, people just keep shopping and shopping and shopping until they don't know how to connect with anybody, which is why I think conversations die. Not because nobody wants love, but because the apps have trained us to believe that there is always somebody better just one swipe away. If you're over 50, you probably feel that more than anybody, because most of us remember what it was like before dating became a marketplace. When people actually sat down, talked, laughed, asked questions, talked, and gave each other a chance. But today, if your opening message isn't entertaining enough, you are gone. And if you don't reply fast enough, you're gone. If somebody slightly more attractive pops up, you're gone. That's not dating, that's scrolling. And I think a whole lot of people are getting burnt out from that, which is why I always say online dating didn't just change how we meet people, it changed how we value people. And I don't think that's made dating better, I think it's made it lonelier. So have you noticed that conversations are dying faster than they used to, even in real life? What do you think is killing it? Let's talk about it and have a real conversation and check out a couple videos.
I'm officially over online dating. I've had enough. So this is what's been happening over the last, say, 6 months. I will match with someone and initially there is total interest. We will message each other for a whole day. And then it just seems like as the days go on, there is a half-life of messaging. So they will message me half as much the next day, half as much the next day for about 3 or 4 days until they just stop messaging altogether, or when they do message, it's just one-word responses okay. And I'm all right. So I give them some space. And then sometimes this only goes for a couple of weeks, but with this one person, we even went on a date and the same thing happened. They just kind of dropped off the planet. And with the person I went on a date with, eventually I'm forced to say, what's going on? Like, are you still interested? And then every single time I get hit with this, I'm only looking for friendship right now. My life's too busy. I can't date. It's like, we met on a dating website. What do you mean you can't date at the moment? My life's just so busy. I can't date. It's like, well, what are you doing on a dating website? And the thing is, I'm sure people will say, oh, they're just not interested in me, and that's their kind way of telling me. I understand that. Like, not everyone is everyone's cup of tea, but let someone know, like, straight away. Just be like, hey, like, after our first date, hey, just letting you know, I wasn't feeling it. And I'd be like, okay, cool, great. Thanks for letting me know. Like, thank you for valuing my time. But instead, I get this sort of like half-hearted responses. And then finally they say, I'm just looking for friendship, or I don't want to date right now. And this has happened like 4 times. And it's just getting to the point where, like, I'm just gonna either, there's 2 options: either stop using online dating, or I'm just gonna have to start having like super firm boundaries. Because another thing that happens too, like this recent girl that I was talking to, we just weren't going on a date. Like, we were talking and stuff, and there was no natural, like, I'm on dating websites to date. That's why I'm on there. And if we're not dating and we're just chatting, but then if I say, like, let's date, it's like, oh, you're coming on too strong. It's like, that's what I'm on here for.
You know what hurts the most about being treated like this? It's not even the rejection, it's the silence. Your mind tries to fill in the blanks that nobody else is going to answer. Sometimes the lesson it's not that you weren't enough. So it's just some people would rather disappear than have an honest conversation.
You know what's super annoying when you start dating is the men that make you think that they like you by, like, taking you out to dinner, doing a few nice things for you, and then one day you just don't hear from them anymore, and it's like, what the what did I do? Nothing. But if I did do something, maybe you should tell me. Or, I don't know, aren't we a little too old to ghost people in our 40s? Because I feel like we are. So, maybe that should be addressed. Any guys out there that are still ghosting people in their 40s, please stop. I feel like we deserve a little bit more than that. An explanation, even if it's a lie. Just give us something, okay?
I got asked out by a 65-year-old man in the grocery store. And I told him, no thank you, after he asked for my number. I said, I'm not dating right now. He said, oh, well, thank you. Thank you for not giving me your number, and then I try to call and you ghost me. I thought to myself, oh, folks out here ghosting 65-year-old men.
So I got ghosted by a 37-year-old man. Let's get into it. Not only are we on Hinge at 37 years old, but we're ghosting, ? Exclamation point. Truly, I have no words for this man. We had a great first date, and then this is the guy who we were supposed to go out, but I got a new car, and so I wasn't able to meet him the date that we had picked for our first date. And he was super understanding, and I thought, that's such a great quality. Thank you for being understanding. And I was so apologetic, obviously. Then a week or so later, we finally found another time to go out. So we went to Copa and we had dinner at the bar, and it was fabulous. And we walked around a little bit, went into the bookstore that's across the street in the South End, had a cutesy little time. Then I traveled for work, and we FaceTimed while I was traveling, okay? And then we came back, and this is probably a week and a half later at this point. We're still texting and stuff. Went skiing, I think we had like the night, and then I got sick, okay? Day he's texting me, I hope you feel better. Morning, good night, everything, like texting pretty much all day. Then I'm finally like, okay, I'm feeling better, like, you wanted to plan a second date. FaceTime, right? And I bring up Dahlia, that new restaurant that's coming to, or that's in Southie. He sent me, we got off FaceTime, and he like sent me the link and goes, I'm just gonna leave this year. And I'm like, for what? At that point, I think that was like Thursday. I don't know about you guys, but on a Thursday, I already have my entire weekend planned out fully. Like, whole thing is already planned. And at this point, we're truly pen pals. So I was like, I forget what I said, but he was like, oh, I looked for this weekend and they're already booked. And I was like, and so am I. Like, but like joking. And then I feel like I told him that I had Sunday night free. I had morning plans and afternoon plans. I had no plans at night. This man just still never planned a second date. So my last response was like, word. Like, it was like a normal guy would be like, ugh, I've been so busy. Like, can you get a reservation? Or like, what day are you free? You know, ahead of time. He talked about the second date on the first date. Was saying stuff like, oh, my friend so-and-so, like, end up meeting them. And that was probably love bombing. He did also create a picture of our children in ChatGPT. So anyways, I got love bombed and ghosted by a 37-year-old man. I have no words. I am starting to get nervous that I am like nearly 30. I turned 29 in like less than a month. And I'm aging like wine, but I'm getting nervous. I never thought I was gonna be like corporate hardworking baddie, and I really just want to be a housewife. So it is not working. So if you have any cute friends or men that you know that are in your life and they're normal, send them my way. Also don't, because setting people up is a dangerous game. Been there, done that, but still do. Single, happy with my life, but 29, need to find a partner, want to have babies, getting ghosted by a 37-year-old man who lied about his height, but he was really hot. Bye.
Your girl got ghosted. I guess I'm getting my payback because I will ghost your behind in a minute. This dude apologized and said he just didn't want to date somebody who looks like me. Mind you, I've never met him in person. This man said I'm too fine. He didn't want to deal with other men looking at me getting the attention I get. Now, for 56 years old, I feel like I'm middle tier. Like, I'm not on that top tier because there's some baddies, even on this app, some baddies my age and older. But I'm going to keep it real and be honest. I really understand. I don't want the same type of man that I was attracted to when I was younger. Now, I want him to be attractive to me, but he ain't got to walk in the room and just be eye dropping where everybody be like, damn, with this 8-pack. And now you can't have no pregnancy belly. I don't want nobody looking 3 months pregnant or like a busted can of biscuits. Like, I'm not saying that. I want someone that's handsome, that takes care of themselves, that I'm attracted to, that we're attracted to each other and we have this great chemistry. I want average handsome. I do. Like, I don't want the baddest dude in the room no more. Like, is that wild? So I'm not even mad at him, because I'm not saying that applies to me, but I guess for him it applied to me. Like, do y'all get it? Like,
Antique teenagers, what can you do? I'm out.
Come on now, dog. Come on.